Hello and welcome to this energy update. This is Elena the Greek. Please press subscribe and follow for updates on energy, transmissions, channeled messages, guided meditations, and a lot more. So let's dive into the energy update of what is going on with the recent full moon, the strawberry moon, with the Schumann resonance and the solar flares and everything that is going on energetically lately, and what is the purpose of this shift we are experiencing at this point of time. Now, when it comes to this year of 2025, this is the year of the root chakra. So what that means, the Scorpio full moon, the full moon in Scorpion, the full moon, the strawberry full moon that happened afterwards, the recent one, they all have to do with a faster pace, with a different understanding of time and space, most importantly time, and of course there is a huge awakening that is taking place, a huge activation when it comes to the root chakra and also the sovereignty within our own being. So what is coming up for many of us is the fears we haven't dealt with, the fears and the phobias that may be hidden even from the conscious mind. And starting with the root chakra, the fears we are facing have to do with safety, with protection, with standing our own ground and reclaiming our own power back when and where we have given it away. This is the thing. We have given it away one way or another, consciously, unconsciously, or subconsciously. So in that space, we are reclaiming our own power back, recreating boundaries in a different way. But this time it's not about forcing or applying boundaries when it comes to others, but it is applying the boundaries when it comes to self, grounding in a bigger way, in a more concrete way of who we are in our own being. Please remember that the root chakra has to do with physical safety, physical protection, but it also has to do with feeling safe and protected within our own being. It's not only about the circumstances around us, it is about how we feel about it. And of course, you already know that in different parts of this planet, war exists and a lot of things are going on, but please remember that war can happen in many, many ways. A war within self and the different kinds of conflicts that exist within us. The emotional war, abuse in many ways, even within a household, and feeling that the government, your country, doesn't create that safety that you need to be feeling as a citizen of where you are located. And all of these are coming now to the surface for us to deal with them, to create the safety within, because this is how we transmute energies, this is how we create the environment we need to be living. So, in that space, we are creating the safety within ourselves by dealing with the fears and the phobias, the doubts, the worries that show up on many levels, even feeling the need to feel safe within your body, within your sovereignty when it comes to the physical surrounding and natural disasters. Feeling the safety within your own space when it comes to others around you and how they treat you. Feeling the safety to be yourself regardless of what is going on. And this is the frequency that we are downloading and integrating, many of us, directly from the source. So what we are being called is to deal with these fears and phobias that show up in every aspect of your being, and they may have to do even with animals. I got stung by a scorpion the other day, the first time of my life in my village. That's something that never ever happened, and in my case I didn't need medical attention. There was a lot of activations that were taking place and natural remedies that I could use because I didn't have any other access to medical attention either way. So I'm not saying that you have to deal with these things, such things, should they happen, on your own. That's a disclaimer. So moving on, the rest of the fears that show up have to do with the fear of abandonment, fear of being persecuted. We still work on those matters from many, many, many lifetimes. So allow yourself to deal with the fears, entertain them, integrate the wisdom and the knowledge, the healing codes that are coming now and being integrated in many, many ways. And deal with them in the best way possible for you, for yourself. You are reclaiming your power from many points of time, but most importantly, as a light worker, you are grounding codes of how to feel and be safe within your own being, within your own sovereignty, and respecting self, and consequently others as well. So when you learn how to truly respect yourself, there is no other way that you won't be respecting others as well. The one comes with the other hand by hand. You can't decipher or keep the one apart from the other. When we are grounding safety within our own being, respect within our own being, there's no other way we will treat others in a different way. So, having said that, what else is going on energetically? Again, a lot of changes and shifts, and as I said at the beginning of this update, it is the year of the root chakra, which means we are expanding on how we care for ourselves and others. Communities are being created in the ethers, and that has to do with alignment of soul tribes and kindred spirits that are coming together in the ethers, and they have already come in the ethers together, so we can create a different type of communities. Many spiritual communities have already been formed, but from what I'm getting energetically at least, is that these communities were created because the lack of something, the lack of understanding from the general community or the country they belong to, the need to actually create something different. And these were the first waivers when it comes to communities and spiritual communities and how we come together. What is being formed now in the ethers, energetically and in the 5D, is a different kind of alignment for communities. We are not coming together now because the lack of something, but because we want to co-create a different kind of reality for ourselves and for others as well. There is a different purpose behind the forming of the communities, and this is what plays a huge difference. When I'm coming with someone together because I felt hurt, this is the trauma bonding experience that brings us together. But when we come together from a space of sovereignty and we co-create because we already have abundance, because we already have claimed and grounded within our own beings the love, the understanding, the wisdom, and we have healed a huge part of ourselves, the purpose and the intention behind it shifts everything. And we all know that energy means everything, the intention, even the hidden intention of why am I doing something means a lot, from the unconscious and the subconscious mind. So blending all of those together, when you are stepping into the truth, your soul's truth, your spirit's truth, that honesty that comes from within, in integrity, that changes everything, and the vibration that whatever will be created from now on emanates a different kind of energy, a different kind of frequency that attracts different situations more in alignment and with true intentions behind them. So this is what is going on energetically, and this summer will be a great time for all the preparations that are taking place in the background. A lot of us are being prepared by having activations, and what I'm meaning about activations, they are not always pleasant. This is what I'm trying to say. They are not always pleasant activations. These sometimes are lessons that we are learning how to be with each other, how to create a healthy space, a healthy community, a healthy container for ourselves and others. So please remember that no matter what the challenges that may occur in this space, in this training space, it is always guided and protected, so they will be light, they will be as best as possible, not as heavy as they could have been. Always have in your mind that you are vibrating in the highest of timelines, so bring in the highest of alignments so you can learn in the best way possible the lessons and the wisdom you need to be reclaiming as a soul of how we are gonna be doing things from now on. Parts of us, because the soul is eternal, parts of us have already done this in other lifetimes, in other dimensions, in other realities. There's always something different when we are doing something that we have done again before as souls. So pay attention to these details without overwhelming yourself with what and how and this and that. Everything you need is coming to you. Everything you will be needing as energy, as frequency, as connections, as resources, it will be provided from your higher self and everyone that supports you energetically and physically equally. So what you can do is set your intentions, work with yourself, and I mean shadow work and inner work, and claim the frequencies you are meant to be claiming from now on in order to become who you are meant to be becoming. And the last bit I wanted to share with this energy update has to do with something a bit different. And probably this is the most important of all when it comes to this energy update. We are in a process of removing all the anchors that have connected us with the 3D, which means the transition is moving forward in a very smooth way, as smooth as it can be. So now we are shaking off the last of the anchors with the 3D, the third dimension, which means the lower vibrational existence on this planet. It's not bad, it's not good. It means that for most of us there is no resonance anymore with the 3D. So what we are doing is dissolving the last of the anchors, connecting us with the third dimension so we can move on to the fifth dimension in a more concrete way, stable way, with integrity and sovereignty, in a different way of being within self. Remember please that the fifth dimension has nothing else to do but coming from the heart and from sovereignty, inner wisdom and inner freedom. So that's all it is. What we are going through is helping us, supporting us to get into a space of inner freedom, and the rest of the things will follow up as we fully ground ourselves in the fifth dimension so we can open up to higher dimensions than that and bring more codes of who we truly are, what kind of co-creators we are, and how we ground ourselves in our own being. Stay tuned, let me know in the comments if this resonated with you, what you are going through lately, if this helps. And have in mind that in my YouTube channel below you will find a video from the Root Chakra course I have on Udemy, which I share a technique, a fear integration technique. Please visit that. There is a very beautiful, easy technique to use so you can integrate a lot of things in a more concrete and beautiful way for yourself. Everything is a learning process for all of us. We are grounding a lot more and a lot more and a lot more, and that is amazing because we are exploring who we are in our own essence. That's all it is. It is a journey of self-exploration. So make sure you enjoy it in the meanwhile and stay tuned for more updates and meditations. And if you feel drawn for a private session, please find the links below in the description box and book a session with me or a reading, whatever resonates with you. See you on the following videos.